You've been carrying that weight so long, you forgot what it feels like to be free, not the weight of a bad day, not a rough week. I'm talking about the stuff you picked up years ago, maybe decades, and never once put down. Someone else's guilt, an old version of yourself you've been defending. A grudge that outlived the relationship. A standard someone else set for you before you even knew who you were. You've been carrying all of it, every single day, and you call it life. But what if it isn't? What if life, real life, is waiting on the other side of you finally? Letting go, here's something your body already knows that your mind hasn't caught up to yet. Emotional weight is real weight. Studies in psychosomatic medicine show that unresolved grief, chronic guilt, and suppressed anger literally alter your cortisol levels, tighten your muscles, and fatigue your immune system. You don't just feel heavy, you are heavy biologically. Think about the last time you got genuinely good news. Not exciting news, peaceful news, a call that said everything is okay. Remember how your shoulders dropped. Remember how you exhaled like for the first time all day? That involuntary exhale. That's your body releasing weight it's been silently carrying for you while you were busy pretending you were fine. Now imagine feeling that way, not because the news was good, but because you chose to put it down. That's what intentional release feels like, and most of us have never tried it. Let me tell you about a man I'll call David. David was 41 years old, successful by every visible metric. Good job, loving family, a mortgage that proved he was doing it right. But David carried his father's disappointment like a stone in his chest. His dad had wanted him to be an engineer. David became a teacher. And every year, at every family dinner, at every minor success he never quite felt proud of, he could still hear his father's voice in the back of his mind saying, "That's nice, but..." His father had been dead for 6 years. David was still having arguments with him, every day. Here's the thing nobody tells you about emotional weight. It doesn't stay in one lane, it bleeds. The resentment you carry toward a parent shows up in how you respond to authority at work. The shame you carry from a past relationship shows up in how you let people treat you now. The grief you never processed shows up as rage at traffic and impatience with your children. You don't get to carry it quietly. It costs you. In your health, your relationships, your creativity, your capacity for joy. And the cruelest part, most of what we carry was never ours to begin with. Someone handed it to us. And we were too young, too scared, or too conditioned to say, "No thank you, I won't be taking that." So how do you put it down? Here's what actually works. Step 1, name it out loud, not in your head. Out loud or on paper. I am carrying resentment toward my mother for, and you finish the sentence. The act of naming transfers it from your nervous system to your awareness. You can't put down what you refuse to look at. Step 2, ask the radical question. Is this mine? Seriously, trace it back. Did you choose this belief, this standard, this guilt? Or was it installed in you by someone who is also carrying something they never examined? A lot of us are living out inherited pain. Hand-me-down burdens from people who never healed. Step 3, grieve the carrying. This one surprises people. Before you release something, you have to acknowledge what carrying it cost you. Mourn the years spent heavy. Don't rush past this. Grief is how we honor what was real before we move forward. Step 4, make the physical act. Write it on paper and burn it. Say it to an empty chair, record a voice note and delete it. Walk to the water's edge and breathe it out. This sounds symbolic because it is. Your body needs a ritual. Give it one. Step 5, refuse the reload. This is the one people skip. You put it down and then life hands it right back. Through a text, a memory, a trigger. And you have to practice consciously not picking it back up. This is not a one-time event. It's a posture. It's deciding again and again, I don't carry that anymore. David, the teacher, eventually wrote his father a letter, not to send, just to say what was never said. He wrote about the pride he wished his father had offered. He wrote about the ways he'd spent 4 decades shrinking himself to fit into a shape he was never meant to be. He read it out loud, alone in his car. Then he folded it up and left it on his father's grave. He told me later, I didn't feel lighter immediately. But for the first time in years, I felt like I was walking as myself. That's what's waiting for you. Not a magic moment, not instant peace. Just yourself, unencumbered. Finally breathing at full capacity. You don't have to keep carrying it. You get to put it down. What's one thing you've been carrying that isn't even yours? Drop it in the comments. Just naming it is already part of letting it go. And if this hit something in you, share it with someone who's been walking heavy. Sometimes the most powerful thing we can do for the people we love is point them toward the door. I'll see you in the next one.